All right, what is up? We got Matt Ogden. Well, it's Matt Ogden here. We got Kev here. We're gonna talk some NFL football here.
Yeah, football season's upon us.
Yeah, we only got like two more. What for the Packers? It's only two more preseason games, and then we're underway against the Bears.
And they looked pretty good against Pittsburgh last night, I gotta admit it.
Yeah, hopefully our defense comes together too once the regular season starts. I'm pretty sure Mike Penn will get them into shape and stuff.
Speaking of that, since we're on your channel, we're gonna start with the NFC North. So last year, the Minnesota Vikings won the division. The Packers didn't go to the playoffs. What do you see happening on this one, Matt?
I think. Well, we all know obviously if the Packers without Rodgers. I mean, hate to say it, as much as I like the Packers. I mean, hate to say, it, but without Rodgers, we're nothing, and that showed right there when we went 7-9. But I think if we're gonna have a healthy Rodgers, I think Rodgers will come out. Normally, the year after he gets injured, he comes out and plays like an MVP. So hopefully, that's what I see happening. I think our defense is going to be a lot better now. Now that we got Mike Pettin running the defense instead of Dom Capers. I just think I don't know. I just think that the Vikings. I think it was just a fluke year for them.
So
I think yeah.
let's
I
say
think
we're
Green
under
Bay.
the
What's
let's
that?
say we're under the let's say we're under the impression that the NFC North as a whole right now, Aaron Rodgers stays healthy. Do you see them winning the division now? Like they take it away from Minnesota.
I think they will take it away from Minnesota if Aaron Rodgers is healthy. I think
And I
Minnesota's
think
going.
Detroit,
I think what's that? Yeah, Detroit.
I think that I think Detroit will be probably creeping up, or will probably be in that third position. And we know the Care Bears are going to be
Yeah, they're in the basement again. But like, what is this? Like the fourth, fifth year now in the basement.
pretty
I
much,
mean, they're pretty much used to the basement now. Let's just be honest. They're used to being in the basement.
especially when you got a fan like Judah Tribe.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think Green Bay is going to win. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to win more than like. I think we'll win enough games to get maybe like the third seed, maybe third or fourth seed. As long as we make the playoffs, I mean, anything can happen then. I mean, we all saw what Green Bay did when they were the sixth seeded team, so it really don't matter to me which seed we are. I mean, I would love home field advantage, but if we get into the playoffs and get hot at the right time, I think we have a shot at just as much as anybody in the playoffs.
So now we have the NFC South here. Um,
I
what
think
do you
this is
think?
gonna.
You think Atlanta's?
Yeah, I think
You think it's the
I think
Falcons or the Saints?
I think the Falcons will win the division this year. I think they got the firepower. I mean, they really did give Julio Jones his contract extension because he was holding out. I think so. If
Yeah, he was.
without him, it's like the Falcons' engine's not flowing without Julio Jones in the lineup. So I think they're going to have a dangerous offense. I think their defense is going to look pretty solid. I see the Falcons winning the South.
I think the Falcons won the division, but I think the Saints will. I think the Saints will go into the playoffs as well.
Yeah. So you're saying they're going to get like a wild card then?
Yeah, I think the Saints will get a wild card.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility right there. What about the Panthers? You think they're going to be in the mix too, or
I think the Panthers will be in the mix. I think that they will be right there, probably trying to battle
yeah?
for that second seed in the NFC South. But I'm sorry to hate to tell you, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, but you should have never drafted Jameis Winston.
Marcus Mariota, but they wanted to go with the hometown guy because he's from Florida. So they were like, let's just draft this guy because he's from Florida State. But thankfully, that ran into the Titans' hands then because Titans ended up getting Mariota, and we all saw what happened. So, yeah, I think the Buccaneers, they're definitely going to have to get another quarterback eventually because I don't think Jameis Winston's going to cut it for them anymore.
Plus, I also think too that NFC South. If you think about it as a whole, I mean, it's a pretty tough division with possibly three good teams that could make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, it's a possibility. Two NFC South teams come out of the wild cards and get the NFC South team in the three NFC South teams in the playoffs.
So we're going to do the NFC West here now. The NFC West, we all know that the Rams did really well last year, and they picked up some really even better people on defense. I mean, they got Dominic Sue now, and so. But the 49ers, though, did really well during their free agency. They got Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman's coming off that injury, so. And we got the Cardinals, who are in that rebuilding mode. And so, what do you think? You think the Rams are repeating this one?
Yeah, I think the Rams will repeat the West, and I think I could see the 49ers being in the hunt for a wild card, maybe.
We also can't forget there's the Seattle Seahawks still.
Yeah, but they're pretty much bad. They lost a lot of pieces though on defense. But we'll see. I mean, you still got Russell Wilson. He's a beast, so we'll see what happens there. If they get that defense going, that'd be pretty good for them. I think it's going to be either the Seahawks or the Cardinals that finish last. I'm leaning towards maybe the Cardinals.
This is the first time we're getting to see Garoppolo for a full season. Like, we're not going to be seeing him like half a season. So
now that's the question. Now, are we going to see Garoppolo still good, or his team's going to figure him out, and that's where he's going to be under pressure?
But time will tell. We'll definitely find out.
Yeah, I think so.
So the NFC East, we know that the Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champs. We got Dallas, we got the Giants, we got the Redskins.
Yeah, I don't see how any problem. I don't see how it's any problem for the Eagles to win the division.
Yeah, I don't either. And the only problem with this thing with Dallas is if you saw it, Dak Prescott cannot lead that team unless Ezekiel Elliott's in there.
Without Ezekiel, they're nothing. Their offense is out.
Yeah, without Ezekiel, they're nothing. Now the Giants got a new coach. I think this is probably
Penn State. Saquon Barkley.
They got a good running. Yeah, that's gonna be good. And they had a good defense the last 2 seasons. I just don't know if Eli struggles. I see them taking Eli out of the starting lineup. There's no reason why Eli struggles.
In the comment section, I don't know what he said. If you're reading this, it's too late. Gabriel Santa Clara.
Well, go ahead, Gabriel. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Like what? Was that like a suicide note or something? Suicide comment? If you're reading this, it's too late. Hey, be happy we picked Eagles to win the division. So.
Yeah. So let's see if we're going for the playoff bracket right now, like for the NFC. I'm thinking the Eagles are probably going to get the first or second seed.
Yeah.
The Falcons will probably be that other seed. So let's say the Eagles are first and the Falcons are second. You have those two, and then we got the Packers. Then you can bring in like New Orleans.
You mean the Rams?
And the Rams, and then you can bring in
Saints and Panthers.
Yeah, probably Panthers. Yeah, or the Vikings on that one. So you can.
That's possible. Yeah, the Vikings maybe.
So what kind of hangout is this?
You know, we're talking
This is
basically.
Phil.
Yeah,
Is that me or somebody echoing?
maybe it's because you. Did you Is somebody playing the video in the background or what?
No, I'm just like I could talk kind of echoing. Well, not now. Is it your mic, Kev?
That's mine, maybe.
Yeah, Kev's on mute.
Wait, Kev, say something.
Yeah, he's on
Hello?
mute. Oh, my question is, so what are we talking about? I heard something about Vikings. That's all I heard.
You were talking NFL talk, basically. We're basically talking about the NFL divisions going in the playoffs.
You know, to tell you the truth, the real question we should be talking about, or the topic per se of NFL discussion that we were just talking about on Mr. Muad Radio, is the new helmet rule. Now that is the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen in my life.
So you hit the person with the helmet below.
Okay, let me put it like this. If you guys saw the preseason game last night between the Patriots and Eagles, not that I don't care too much for preseason, but when I was on the treadmill, I was forced to watching it. So as I was watching it, to help time go by on the treadmill, otherwise I would probably be discouraged from doing the treadmill, you know, take my mind off the length of time on the treadmill. I'm zoned into football, pretending it's real, okay? And I saw a diving tackle made by number 23 on the Eagles. Don't know his name, don't care. He went to make in a tackle, led in with the shoulder, hit the thigh, made the tackle, fourth down for the Patriots, right? Flag gets called, says that he led in with the crown. There was no helmet to helmet hit, okay? I thought the new rule was interpreted as helmet to helmet, which I understand. Now they're saying you can't lead in with the helmet, which
What they're saying now, they say you can't like hit him below with the helmet. You can't like go below with the helmet and hit him like that or something, I guess.
But the question is though, is that would have been a fourth down. And New England scored on that drive with Tom Brady's touchdown connected to whoever he threw the ball to. That was to take the 7-0 lead. So this is preseason. My main concern is seeing this in the regular season. If the defense is already hard enough for the defense to make stops with the receiver defenseless rule, the quarterback, you can't even touch quarterback now. They're saying you can't even lead in with the helmet, which this is just going to penalize the defense more because there's basically going to be no defense in the NFL. It's going to be like watching the NBA on your NFL Sunday package with this new rule.
Discussion with many people.
It basically
many
just
times.
removes.
What's that?
The rule basically just removes like all those hard-hitting safeties we used to have, like back in the day, like Polamalu, Ed Reed, Roy Williams.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore now because the NFL is making the rules. I don't know. I had this discussion with many people before, and I said this before. I mean, they know what they signed up for. So, I mean, it's fair game, right?
But the thing is what about a hit under the chin? Because Colt McCoy was almost laid the fuck out last night. And there was no flag called on that, and he was hit below the chin. And even the announcer said that should have been called. But because he leaned in with the shoulder, it was legal. But they said that contact was felt unnecessary because he didn't have to go under the chin and upward. And my question is what if you make the game-saving tackle, but your crown incidentally hit touches during the process of the tackle? Well, then by definitive rule, you would have to call the flag, but it was incidental. So then what if you made the game-winning tackle, then the 15 yards get enforced, and you see a Cleveland-Kansas City situation where Kansas City got to kick the game-winning field goal? I don't know if y'all remember that game. I think that was 01 or 02 season when the Browns player takes the helmet off and throws it on the field after the tackle was made.
Oh yeah, I saw that game. Are you talking about when they
shit like this?
Chiefs? Are you talking about when they played the Chiefs and he took the helmet off and they got flagged?
Yeah, Rude, I think, took the helmet off and threw it.
Yeah.
My question is, will this helmet rule affect the outcome of games in the regular season?
I think it
Yes,
might.
yes.
Possible, yeah. It's gonna affect games.
I think it will affect not only the regular season, but it's going to affect the playoffs as well.
It is
Oh,
bullshit.
definitely will. Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
I mean, they know what they signed up for, but the thing is, now it's like they're gonna make all these rules to
protect
make
themselves from lawsuits because you have players in the 70s that are suing now because of that shit because they didn't know the dangers of it. I mean, I get from a PR and from a business standpoint, I get why the NFL is doing this. I'm just wondering if you do too much, will it impact the play on the field in terms of competition, in terms of entertaining? That's my question.
What if it's like, let's say it's like 4th down, like let's say like it would have been like 3rd and 10 or something, and like instead of like something like that, they get a flag or something, and then they get a 1st down because of that flag. It's like a 10-yard penalty or something, and that's gonna affect the game definitely because then they got one more extra play.
No, I mean, it's just if they've called this flag already 10, 12 times, I think, in the first, like, so far the first big. I know it's not like a big deal, but if it costs us a game during the regular season, then this issue is going to be brought up.
Yeah,
And it will. It'll cost somebody a game for sure. Probably a big one too. But like I was saying, you're going to see a lot of cornerbacks like transitioning to safety just because you can't hit as a safety anymore. That's what a safety is taught to do. When a receiver comes across the middle, you lower the helmet, you beat the crap out of them, and now we're not going to have that anymore. So it's going to affect the game in a lot of ways.
And also, is this going to change the way the defensive players are going to have to move in position to tackle? Like, in other words, what about the laws of physics side of it, where if you're flying in at a fast rate of speed and then you're trying to make a tackle, how do you adjust that during the play is my question.
I mean, you either have to go up high or you have to go down to the legs. I mean, it's a question of, do you want to get hit, below the neck, or do you want to get your knees taken out? And I think we're going to have a lot more leg injuries because of this, because players are going to start going lower when they lead with their shoulder than as opposed to their head.
And what brings me to my next point, if you alter the rules to where it protects the helmet or the head, okay, fine. CTE, fine. Okay. But what about the ACLs? Because ACLs is the second worst injuries after head trauma. So then that issue is going to come up in the next 10 years. And then they're going to say, okay, well, you can't hit below the thighs.
That's exactly right.
Since we got you guys in here, so what do you guys picture with the NFC? Like, if you can do the NFC playoff picture right now, because me and Matt already said who we thought.
I have the Saints and the Rams in the final two.
It's going to be the Cowboys and whoever loses.
I think. Well, I'll give my. I think a dark horse for the AFC could definitely be the Chargers. Actually, believe it or not, I have them in the Super Bowl this year.
That's a talented team right there.
Yeah. I think this could be Philip Rivers' year.
Hey Matt, do you want to go with the AFC East? Like, we already know who's going to win that division.
Yeah, unfortunately, But I mean,
it would be funny
that
catch up to Brady and Brady started sucking or something.
Well, I mean, none of the other three teams, I don't think they're even playoff caliber.
Yeah,
I don't think
they get that.
Yeah, it'll be the Patriots only. I think
Buffalo would be second place in that division because I think Buffalo's already.
Yeah, I think, but yeah, not only. I think the Dolphins are probably going to be the worst team in the AFC.
Yeah,
I think the Colts are the worst team in the league.
I mean, I think their best player in the Dolphins is probably Devontae Parker. That's about it.
So the AFC North, which I know Beltway, I already know that you're probably rooting for the Ravens.
Yeah.
But, so who do you guys have in the AFC North? Let's start with you, Duke.
in the North, I mean, it's got to be the Steelers.
Yes.
But I'm telling you what, man, it's not going to be this year, but give it about 2 or 3 years, and the Browns will compete for that division. I promise you.
Definitely building something there. You could definitely see that they got a defense there. They're building defense there.
They do, yeah.
And that's exactly what Jacksonville did. That's exactly what the Jaguars did. And look where they are.
That's how you build. That's how you build a great team. You got to get a great defense. And who knows what this Baker Mayfield guy is going to be? But if he ends up learning the playbook and learning from Tyrod Taylor, who knows? Maybe he'll be starting in the next couple years.
He really should be starting this year, but they're not going to do it.
Yeah, because they want Tyrod Taylor to start. But you know what the one thing is, though, in the next – give it like few weeks or something, you know, fans will definitely be cheering to get Baker Mayfield in.
Well, it depends on how Tyrod does this year.
Hey, Matt, you know what, though? I think Dashy might be pissed at me what I'm about to say. I actually think the Browns will be third in that division this year over the Bengals.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. I mean, from the looks of it, I think Marvin Lewis has a blackmail on Paul Brown if this is how long he's been head coach for. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
What is he, like 0-7 in playoff game?
Yeah. So, like, it's pretty certain he has a blackmail on Paul Brown. I don't know how any head coach can stay on for that long.
It is a mystery.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the AFC South. We know the Jags last year won the division, have a really great defense.
Yeah. Well,
we got the Texans. We got the Texans.
They got to stay consistent. That's just my thing with the Jaguars. I mean, I think they're a good team, but like, they shouldn't be pumping their chests all of a sudden. That's just what I think.
Well, I mean, they have Jalen Ramsey, and every other quarterback in the league is trash to him, so they should be.
Let me just clarify. Let me clarify something about that, Duke. My Titans actually beat them twice during the season, so I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, yeah, they did back in 90. What did they do back in 99, too, when they were like 15-1?
Mm-hmm.
Were they 15-1?
Yeah, the Titans swept them that year,
Yeah.
And they beat the AFC Championship game, too.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm kind of curious about for the AFC South is, and I think this is probably going to be three teams battling, because if Deshaun Watson comes out playing like he did before he was injured, Houston's got something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about.
That's
why I'm not saying shit till the regular season starts.
You don't. Yeah. They didn't remember the last time that the Titans went to the Super Bowl. They had new jerseys and everything.
I told you about that, Hugden.
That would be crazy if the Titans did go all the way, and the Super Bowl is in Atlanta. So
I actually think the Jags are still going to win. I think the Jags are still going to win this division. The only thing I don't like about this is I don't think Blake Bortles is consistent enough to lead them.
yeah, he's not gonna lead to the promise.
Yeah,
their defense is going to have to keep carrying them on, yeah.
They will get them to a deep playoff push, but he'll lose the game for him in either the AFC title game or the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they'll go draft the quarterback.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Believe it or not, I think I have them losing to the Chargers in the playoffs.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
I think the Chargers own them, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of the AFC West, I know Beltway said he has the Chargers. What do you guys think about John Gruden, Chucky returning? You think he's going to do anything with the Raiders?
I think they might have like one really good year, and they might be a bit on a decline after that. I don't know who to compare them to, but I think it'll be similar to what they had in 2016. Not 2016. 2016. Yeah, I'm right. 2016. I think they're just going to have one good year, and I don't know if they'll be consistent.
They got to get square with Khalil Mack first, man. That man wants his money.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh man.
Kansas City's probably going to struggle without having Alex Smith as the quarterback.
Yeah, true,
That's
true.
gonna.
Yeah,
I
they are
think I
not.
think I
That's
think,
gonna
yeah,
hurt.
I think Denver and Kansas are going to struggle.
Kansas City
Yeah,
will
they're
go
gonna-
16. No, actually 0-17. They lose to the bye week too. That team is trash.
Kansas.
I think
Yeah, I mean,
Denver. I think Denver's going to do fine. I mean, with their new quarterback in there, I think Denver's got a chance in that division. But I agree with Beltway. The Chargers look really good.
yeah, they do. Even with the injuries, I think they still have a really good defense. Really underrated too. I think Joey Bosa is very underrated as a pass rusher.
I agree.
How great would it be if we had like an LA Super Bowl, Los Angeles Chargers versus Los
Yeah,
Angeles?
that would actually be cool to watch. I'd actually
Oh,
watch
yeah?
that. I mean, it's better than seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yep. Or the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
That would be sweet though if that would happen. It'd
I
be
just
like
don't-
Philip Rivers, like his year basically.
Yeah,
Finally
exactly.
gets
You
to-
know, he could. This I know. I could picture this being Philip Rivers' year.
could, yeah.
Is he
You
a Hall
got
of
the-
Famer?
I think he could have a Drew Brees like year. Honestly, go all the way. But I mean, I still have the Saints winning the Super Bowl, but definitely.
But here's-
Yeah, I have to see.
Yeah, to answer your question, Duke, I heard you there about that, but if Philip Rivers didn't win, if he doesn't ever win a championship, I think Philip Rivers is still he's still Hall of Fame bound.
Yeah. I think he's another. I think he's another Dan Marino.
Yeah.
To a lesser extent, I agree. I mean, like, the way that I see it, if you let Eli Manning in, you've got to let Philip Rivers in.
Exactly. I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I think Philip Rivers is going to have that one year where he finally wins it all.
Okay, this might
Because
be.
I mean, he's got the make him there.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what some of these people are seeing, but I don't know how Eli Manning's Hall of Fame worthy. I mean, if you're going to put Eli
Oh,
Manning
it's
in the Hall, if you put Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame, you might as well put Joe Flacco in there too. So they're
It's just
both.
defense
Romo.
that-
Yeah, and Tony Romo, right? Yeah,
The defense won him those Super Bowls.
exactly.
They did. Yeah. That's what I said all those years in the TTC is the defense won this, but no one listens to Duke. I don't know why.
Yeah, no. All these Giants fans are denying that even. I mean, look at the. Okay, like answer this simple question: Who put up better numbers in their Super Bowl, Joe Flacco or Eli Manning?
Top of my head, I don't know, but I would guess
Oh.
Black
Yeah,
because for one, Eli had a defense. Well, they did too, but Eli had a run game. I mean,
exactly. And when Joe Flacco was in the Super Bowl, he didn't even have a defense.
that is true. Or the kind of receivers that he.
Well, actually, yeah, true.
If you want to think about a team that I kind of go back to when the Ravens first won the Super Bowl. Then they had that great defense, but Trent Dilfer was their quarterback. But
Yeah,
They still
used
did
to
it?
have. Yeah, Tony Banks used to be the quarterback. I think he got injured, and then yeah.
That was a nasty defense.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well,
And like you were saying with the rule changes, I mean, we're not going to see a defense like that ever again.
no, not at all.
Changes, yeah. I mean, it is stupid though, to be honest. I mean, because
It
of all
really
the
is,
lawsuits
man.
and stuff. You know what you signed up for. I mean, they should NFL should have like a rule or something. If you want to be in the NFL, you sign up for this. If you get hurt and get a concussion, it's not your fault. You signed up for it, so. I mean, nobody to blame but yourself,
Pretty much.
because you wanted to be a football player, but NFL wants to make the rules a lot more softer now.
Yeah, it's really stupid,
pretty
man.
soon
I just
it's
don't
like-
get that. Just stupid.
It's gonna be like pretty soon. It's gonna be like what is it gonna be like 2-hand tag? Where everything's so dangerous now.
Oh my, yeah, exactly.
It's like Vince made the perfect time to create the XFL again. back where you can hit people.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
You know that's what Vince is
You're
going
real,
to
man.
do.
Go play for Vince.
and you know for a fact, guys, whenever they make that stadium in Las Vegas and the Raiders go there, you know they're going to do a Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they
Oh
will.
yeah, by far, yeah. I mean, look at Minnesota, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys. You guys think that Super Bowl should be like in domes and tropical weather, or you think they should play in the snow once?
I think they should play this.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. I mean, forget what other people think. I think they should play in the snow. I mean,
Remember
they
that?
did.
Remember when they played at MetLife? Remember they said it called like the coldest Super Bowl ever. It wasn't even the coldest Super Bowl ever on record, though.
No, it wasn't. I think it was the one of the Packers. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even snowy or nothing. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be the coldest Super Bowl ever. It's gonna snow and stuff." And it was like only like 50 degrees.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Unless Green Bay plays.
Yeah, Green
Yeah,
Bay.
that would be a cool Super Bowl though in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, Lambeau is probably like the coldest stadium in the league, right?
But they'll never do it though. That's the thing.
That's that's dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a prediction, Matt, that halfway through the season, Dak Prescott's gonna get hurt, and Jerry Jones is gonna call Duke Botters to be the new quarterback.
Well, this lead the Cowboys to the promised land.
Well, I'm not trying to take a shot at your team, Duke Bothers, but I don't know why they have to put your team in a dome. Like, just with any teams in domes in general, like, it's not, I don't know why. Because when they have to visit to other stadiums, they're not ready for that. So I don't know why stadiums are domed.
Well, isn't it because of the weather outside though? Because
Yeah, but look, the weather in Dallas is nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's not
it's
like
hot though. But like it's hot though. If they would get like they need air conditioning in that stadium though.
yeah.
It's like the Arizona Cardinals though. It's like they're near the desert. If they have like an outdoor stadium, it's gonna get all hot and their players are gonna get.
Yeah, that is
strokes.
true. That is true. I mean, like,
I don't
it
understand
is
I
probably
don't
worse.
understand why like the Vikings have a dome though. It's like, what are they afraid of the cold?
Yeah, exactly, man. Like,
I mean, it's not even cold in Minnesota. I mean, it's not even hot in Minnesota. So why would
no,
you
it
have a
isn't.
dome?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, like I think it's better to play in the cold weather than it is to play in something that's really hot.
Yeah.
Because at least you can.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, speaking from a guy that's played football before, and I played in the weather of cold and hot, when you play with the hot weather, you get more cramps than you do in the cold.
Yeah,
weather.
you do. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
And with the cold, it's actually it kind of toughens your body up.
It does. Yeah.
For hit.
It does. Yeah.
So I mean,
I think your body will automatically adapt to it.
Yeah.
and now there is 3, gentlemen.
Oh,
We'll
Steven
do
Rose
that.
is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I could see it being Chargers going all the way to the Super Bowl. If
Yeah.
the defense is there.
Actually, you what? Don't be surprised if Joey Bosa even becomes the defensive player of the year. I could see it happening.
Does that make
You know,
Phil
I
feel like
think
does that make him twice? Does that make him just as good as Eli Manning, even though he doesn't have more rings than him?
Oh, who are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, let's say like Philip Rivers wins the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, then no. Philip Rivers is can make better numbers than Eli Manning, so he's better than Eli Manning on that. But Eli Manning just had a better career than him. That's what I think. I think Philip Rivers is the better quarterback. If you put Philip Rivers in the New York Giants, they would be 10 times better. Like, let's be real.
He would have been,
Yep.
he would have been on the Giants. I think it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't even matter. The Giants would have had the team to win the Super Bowl anyways, regardless of what quarterback they had.
Yeah. But I think they could have been even better if Philip Rivers was playing.
The only reason why Eli Manning didn't want to play for the Chargers is because he didn't want to play against his brother.
Yeah, I know, right?
But if you think about it, though, the reason why Eli's got all that is, why he's got all that hype, especially him being a Manning boy. But the fact of the matter is, they went to the Super Bowl and won it twice and beaten the Patriots. So I'm like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, but we all forget that he had Michael Strahan, Jason, Tuck, and all of them on defense.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
and Joe Flacco did have better numbers in the Super Bowl than Eli.
Manning, yeah. Well, actually, not even the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, he puts better numbers.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers is just a guy who he's a guy who just deserves to have a chance at a championship.
He does, yeah, he certainly does.
They came close that one year when they went against the 18-0 Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 when they were undefeated.
Yeah.
They lost in the AFC Championship game.
Well, if you look at Philip Rivers' numbers, the man puts up 4,000 yards almost every season.
He's gonna have that one
Just
year.
about.
He should have that one year where he finally wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, if the defense is there,
he has
puts
defense
up the numbers
now,
like
yeah. He does have it now.
Yeah. But we shall see what happens, though.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of too early to predict what the Super Bowl might be.
We're just predicting, but I mean, it's all just predictions. Once the season comes around, we'll see what teams are there and what teams are not.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But I think the NFC South and the AFC South has a chance to have 3 teams possibly going to the playoffs.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's just,
What if we get that Super Bowl, Super Bowl 34 rematch, Titans against the Rams?
Yeah, that's possible.
yep, and then Mariota just has to watch Dominic Sue and don't get stepped on.
Yeah.
He's due for a breakout year too. Mariota, I think, is due for a breakout year.
He's got to have
And
one.
with the new offense they got, the new offensive coordinator they got, I think that's going to be this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So, what do you think is going to happen to Flacco there, Beltway? You think he's going to?
Yeah, I think he's gone by next season. I think Lamar Jackson will take over next season.
That's who I thought the Jaguars should have drafted, Lamar Jackson.
Exactly right. Actually, I thought the Saints were going to draft him when they traded up.
Hey, wouldn't it be something? The Ravens gets rid of Flacco. Flacco goes to Jacksonville and becomes a new starting quarterback at Jacksonville.
Yeah,
That's possible. Yeah, that's possible.
What's that happen? Then it ends up being Jaguars Ravens AFC Championship game.
Actually, no. I could see him going to Miami or Denver or something like that.
He's gonna go somewhere where they need help.
Yeah. I mean, if the Ravens release him, he's bound to sign. He's bound to get picked up somewhere else. I'm sure someone will pick him up.
Picture of Andrew Luck. He's looking like Uncle Rico off of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, he does actually.
Oh, is he?
You see the picture of him? He looks like exactly like Uncle Rico now off of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah, so.
Yeah, the Colts need to get they need to get a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Andrew Luck will be the same.
Yeah, he's not going to be the same quarterback.
As long as we're putting him on his ass, I don't give a shit what he does.
Well, they don't got the offensive line to have a good quarterback anyways. They need a good offensive line in order to get a good quarterback.
Yeah, their offensive line is paper.
I think the Colts will probably finish with the worst record in the NFL.
You think? Yeah. You know what?
They'll be at least top 5 in the draft.
True. Actually, I had in my predictions, I had the Browns and the Colts tied for like the last place. Like I don't care I don't care if people are hyping up the Browns. I just think they're being overhyped, to be honest.
How do they decide that then? Like, what do they just do a coin flip then if they both have the same records?
I think it's just better whoever has the better conference record, and then that'll be.
What if it's the same conference? What if they have the same conference?
True. Or maybe by strength of schedule, then they'll see whoever had the tougher schedule is gonna be ahead.
If that's the case, but if they have the same records, though, then they'd probably do a coin flip. Hey, that'd be pretty interesting. The Browns could get the third. Hey, if they get it, they right coin flip, and then they get the first pick for the third straight year.
True.
I think NFL would probably reward the Colts that because they don't want to give the Browns it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I know, right?
They'll probably just say, "Oh fuck, let's just give it to the Colts," so that way the Browns don't have to go first.
At least.
They'll give the Browns.
Like I think, honestly, the only 3 games I think the Browns might actually win would maybe be against the Jets, the Chiefs, and they'll probably take one against the Bengals. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not beating Pittsburgh or Baltimore. As much as I want them to beat Pittsburgh, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know what happened to Kev, but I'm probably wrap this up now.
That's all good.
All right.
Okay, yeah. See you then. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.